Hey, it's Bill Gross, the LA probate expert, and I'm always looking to bring resources to families and to other real estate investors, agents, wholesalers on how to make more money and build more wealth in real estate, in particular in the probate space. One of the tools available, and you've probably been approached or met somebody who did this, is Legal Shield, which is a prepaid legal service. And I was a client years and years and years ago of Legal Shield and didn't realize they offer services in the areas of avoiding probate, which would be estate planning, and if you find yourself in probate, good legal services there as well. And I was talking to new friend Kimberly Hardin on another group that we're part of, and she was kind of explaining not just what they offer, but her own personal experience. I thought it'd be interesting to share how you can save money and/or time and get great results through Legal Shield, and Kim Hardin in particular. So Kim, thank you so much for being on today.
My pleasure, Bill. Thank you for having me.
Take a little accent. You don't sound like you're from Southern California. Where are you from?
I'm from New York, actually.
I knew that. I know that. And what part of New York?
Queens, New York.
So you go. Where do you find a queen? In Queens, New York, of course. So give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up in Queens, and then how'd you get into Legal Shield?
Actually, I grew up in Brooklyn and moved out to Queens about 20 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. But Brooklyn and Queens are like 20 minutes apart, so they're next door neighbors. And I got introduced to Legal Shield, now known as PPLSI, for the home of Legal Shield, and got introduced to it one day leaving from work, and someone shared it with me, and I realized that they were offering a service that I was looking for, which was to get a will done. And so I found that I could get it done through Legal Shield, and definitely took advantage of it and got started for myself and for my great aunt.
So tell me, you share a little bit of the story with your great aunt. Are you okay sharing that with us today as well? How you got involved and how Legal Shield helped you with that?
Yes, sure. So my great aunt, she was definitely in her senior years. And we were in the market to find a will for her because we needed to get some things under control with her assets and all. She actually owned a 4-family brownstone in Brooklyn. And yeah, so and she had approached me at some point asking me what I knew about reverse mortgages. And I really didn't know anything. It was before a lot of information was available. Checked with a family member. They didn't know as much either, but was introduced to, she was introduced to another person who recommended, said they could handle it, and also said, just get the will done. And so I took part of getting the will done, and they took part of the reverse mortgage. Now that's another story, and I can get into that I'll go into that a little bit later. But the point is I was able to get that will done. But then, I had a lot of questions about the whole process because she was getting older. Unfortunately, the reverse mortgage didn't work out the way we expected it would. And she didn't find herself in any better financial condition before she got it. And taken advantage of. There was just a lot of things. And, I had a lot of questions, and I just was like, I couldn't really get answers. And then I was introduced, well, actually, I was aware of Legal Shield. I was taking part of it actually, and was able to connect with our law firm and be able to get some of those questions answered. But still, I still had questions. And so one of the things that I found is that there's a lot of questions out there because I was trying to figure out, how do we handle this reverse mortgage? How do we keep the home? How do we get her services where she can get Medicaid and not have to lose the house? So it was a lot of these questions that came up. And then, unfortunately, I ran out of time, which means that she did not, survive. And so I was left with all these things to have to figure out afterwards, which included probate. But fortunately, my Legal Shield attorney was able to walk me through that process. Nice. And I handled it a lot on my own. I didn't even have to hire them to represent me. They were able to guide me through the process.
Nice. So it sounds like at least you're able to, well, it wasn't maybe the happiest of endings that you were hoping for. It was the best under the circumstances. It sounds like you got good service. And, I will share with you as a probate expert, I don't do business in New York. I have some team members in New York and people I talk to there. I know it's a tough place to do probate. And I know in general, most people aren't happy with legal services when they hire them as a general rule. because they often get somebody who's a generalist and doesn't know the particulars of probate. It sounds like you found somebody who really knew what to do to advise you as probate in particular.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Legal Shield, the lawyers are definitely experienced. They average about 25 years of experience. So
Wow.
they're able to give that advice and guidance. But I find it, like I said, you have to know to ask the right questions as
Right.
well.
Right.
And when I work with, because as a marketer of Legal Shield, when I work with my customers, I always tell them I'm your Legal Shield representative, but also your advocate. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your interaction with the lawyers, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Because I know sometimes there's an intimidation factor, or again, not just asking the right questions.
Sure.
And so I knew, because I was familiar with the service, or I knew the service rather, I
Right.
knew how to get the right answers out the lawyers.
Right.
In terms of, tell me what I need to do so I can get this done. And
Right.
then be able to go back to them and say, okay, I have this form, I need this form. I've used them for real estate matters, again, related to the same home, and just by contacting them, they were able to give me guidance. For instance, we had a tenant we were trying to get rid of, and we worked out an agreement in court before, but she didn't keep up her end, but it expired. And so just by speaking with the lawyer, they were able to tell me what form I needed and what to write on the form so that the judge would reopen the case. And it worked. And so again, that's from asking the right questions. Because I didn't want to hire an attorney to represent me
Right.
for something that I thought would be small. So yeah, you have a question?
Was it a different attorney that helped you with the tenant situation than the probate?
Yes, Legal Shield provides attorneys for all areas of law.
And I think that's the thing, the magic of it is, if you're wealthy, you either have a huge firm with all these people on it, or you have various attorneys refer you because you spend so much money with them. But when you're more modest, and I'm not, I even know your financial situation, but I'm just saying, for most 99% of us, I would say that it's hard to develop a relationship and find the right attorney in these different fields, but Legal Shield does that lifting for you by keeping you within their network, by referring you to specialists in each silo when you have something that comes up.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely a benefit.
So there's really two aspects here. One is, I think that I advise all my clients in California to have an estate plan done, which would be with a living trust. New York's a little different. Maybe you need to, maybe you don't, different laws. Every state's a little different, but you should check and at least get a will done, or if you need the advance directives and other parts of that ahead of time, get that done. And the advantage is when the time comes to execute your plan, they have attorneys who will do the execution. If there's litigation, they have people on staff for that, and they have also the real estate and the other pieces as well, right? So it sounds like you have a whole law firm at your disposal for a modest price.
Exactly right, Bill. A complete law firm. And let me tell you, a lot of the law firms that we work with, you will find that some clients were paying them full price before they heard about Legal Shield. So you're not just getting law firms that, lawyers who don't have a lot of experience. As I mentioned, they average about 25 to 30 years experience. And so you're getting top quality law firms. Again, sometimes it's just knowing how to ask the right questions to get the answers that you're looking for, and knowing what's available to you too through your plan so that you take full advantage of it.
Well, great. Well, obviously, there's a lot to this program, and I think there's a lot of different reasons why you might need an attorney, but I wanted to highlight that I think it's a great solution for somebody looking for estate planning or preparing a simple will. For sure to get started with that, it was a great opportunity. Legal Shield's nationwide, correct?
It is, and in Canada as well.
Oh, okay. And Canada. I know the Canadian anthem, but I won't bore you with that. And so if somebody wanted to learn more about it or get signed up with Legal Shield or had some particular questions, Kimberly, how would they get a hold of you?
So you can go straight to my website, which is a redirect right to my Legal Shield site. And it's www.thehardin, HARDIN, agency, AGENCY.com. So thehardinagency.com. And there's a little box at the top where you can message me, and I'll get back to you.
Fantastic. So I'll put that in the notes, the description down below on our social media. But as I said, I met Kimberly, very impressed with her knowledge of the product, having used it personally, I think it's really important, and being willing to advocate for people is what I think is really important. So feel free to reach out to her. And if you do, let me know how that works out. Kimberly, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Bill. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.